Welcome back to one of the Bears Travel Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, January 1st. Happy New Year to everybody watching this video. Congratulations on making it another year. Beat 2024. Let's make 2025 a good year as well. We're back looking at some NBA games for the new year. We're going to be looking at one game. The Rockets going up against the Mavericks. Didn't really love a lot of the games. There's not a whole lot to watch anyway, but one game I do like. Mavericks going up against the Rockets. We have two player props as well. Before we do that, let's talk about the recap from New Year's Eve. None of these games have started yet. Lakers have not tipped off yet. Neither have the Phoenix Suns going against Memphis Grizzlies. We did switch that play to the Suns -4.5 in that last video. So Suns -4.5 will be the play against Memphis. Taking the Cavs -4 going up against the Lakers. Gonna put a damper on LeBron James' birthday celebration this week. We're gonna go with Lillard over 23.5 points, and then LeBron James in that same game going up against the Cavs. I think he's gonna put on a show. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. So we have the over 22.5 points. It is currently sitting at 24.5. 24.5 plus 100, 23.5 minus 120. So depending on what you like, are you greedy? Are you going to go for the 24.5 or the 23.5? That's up to you guys. But 22.5 is what I got it at early in the morning. So yeah, none of those games have started yet. I am going to be breaking down one game today. We have the Mavericks going up against the Houston Rockets. The Mavericks, they're down bad. They lost their Christmas Day game. Kyrie Irving put up a monster number. I think he was 40-plus points almost in that game against the T-Wolves, but they lost that game on Christmas. They also lost Luka Doncic. That is a massive blow for them. They bounced back beating the Suns, but now they've lost back-to-back games going up against the Portland Trailblazers on the road and the Sacramento Kings on the road. So that Sacramento loss usually wouldn't be a bad loss, but they had lost 6 in a row, had the new coaching change, and they kind of beat down the Mavericks in that one. So this Mavericks team not playing very well. For the Rockets, they've also lost back-to-back games. They didn't play on Christmas Day, but they got a couple days off. Then they lost to the T-Wolves by 1 point, a game they should not have lost. Remember, I was talking about that on the breakdown. They had like a 20-point lead with 8 minutes left, and the T-Wolves came all the way back. Then they lost to the Heat, 104-100 in a disgusting game where Dillon Brooks was the leading scorer, scoring 22 points. That is disgusting in every way possible. We're going to take the under in this one. No Luka Doncic on the floor. Kyrie Irving's going to try to do his thing. Klay Thompson's going to try to do his thing. Rockets defensively have been great this season. The best defense, or one of the best defenses so far in the NBA, only 106 points allowed per game. The Mavericks themselves have been pretty good defensive this season, only 111 points scored. Neither one of these teams jump at you at the scoreboard either. The Rockets are not a very good shooting team. Mavericks are decent shooting, mainly because they like to get most of their points inside. So I think with Luka out, 3-point game is going to be gone for the Mavericks. Rockets, they're not a very good shooting team anyway. They like to play defense. I think this game's going to be slow. It's going to be dragged out. I think we're going to see a lot of misses. I think this is going to go way under the total. I have the final score, 105, 108. Let me see if there's a number out for this game really quick. I can't imagine it being anything more than 215 or 18 and a half, something like that. Let's take a look. We have the Rockets going up against, it is 222 and a half. You're going to sign me up for that under 222 and a half every single day. And on Wednesday on January 1st. Give me the under 222.5 as the play. Let's go to the player props. We're going to start with Nikola Jokic going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Atlanta Hawks, they've been hot over the last several games, and I think it was because that NBA Cup really got their juices flowing. That team, it feels like, Trae Young, it feels like he plays his best whenever his back's against the wall. He's one of those guys that you say, hey, if you lose this game, you're going home. He doesn't take that well. He's going to go out there and put 30-plus points up, 12-plus assists. He's been doing that for the Hawks, and the Hawks have been scoring a ton of points over the last several games. The only problem is the Hawks don't defend. They're scoring 125-plus points, and they're still losing some of these games because they don't defend well. And Nikola Jokic, nobody can defend him anyway, but over the last couple games, he has been putting in a ton of points. I think he's getting sick and tired of putting up 25, 10, and 10 and losing games. His team around him is just failing him everywhere. For example, he played against the Cavaliers, had 14 rebounds, 13 assists, 27 points, took a loss. Next 2 games, 37 points, 36 points. He also had a triple-double in that game with 22 rebounds and 11 assists. This man is sick and tired of losing. He's going to go into this game. He's going to have unlimited range on the perimeter, inside the paint. Nobody's going to be able to stop him. Clint Capella only plays 20 minutes per game. That would maybe be the only body that can give him any sort of fits, but he still has an advantage on Clint Capella, both in his bag and in his height, and just the ability to pull up from anywhere and make a shot. Going to take Nikola Jokic in this game. He's been shooting a ton over the last couple of games, 33 shots against the Jazz. I will take those numbers anytime. If you give me Nikola Jokic taking 30 shots, I'll take the over 35.5 if I have to, but it's going to be 27.5 as the play. And for the final play of the day, we're going to be looking at Karl Anthony Towns of the Knicks to go over his total points going up against the Utah Jazz. I just mentioned the Utah Jazz playing Nikola Jokic, and he put up 37 points, shooting 33 times. So I think Karl Anthony Towns is going to have somewhere similar to those numbers. He has been shooting a lot for the Knicks this season, and it's actually been one of the better seasons for Karl Anthony Towns. I didn't know how well he was going to transfer over to the Knicks, but he has been the go-to guy. Thought maybe Jalen Brunson would be the guy, but Jalen Brunson's kind of taken a back seat, being more of a 3-and-D guy, being more of a 3-and-assist guy. Karl Anthony Towns has been the main scorer for the Knicks this season. 24.7 points per game, 55% from the field, and he's shooting nearly 45% from three as well. He's also been getting a lot of rebounds this season. Back-to-back games, 30-plus points for Karl Anthony Towns, both of them going up against the Wizards. Still 30-plus points. I mean, it's the Wizards. He's going to make his shots. He went 13-19 from the field in both games, and he scored 30 points and 32 points. And I understand it's the Wizards, but he still put up 30-plus points in back-to-back. I think he will put up a big number in this one again against the Jazz. Only person down low for the Jazz is going to be John Collins. He's 6'7". Not a very big height advantage for him in this game. Karl Anthony Towns is going to be looking over his head. Also, Lauri Markkanen, he's having a horrible year this year. He used to be a guy that you can look to for three-pointers and just big scoring outputs, but even this season, he hasn't been scoring and he doesn't play defense. So I think Towns is going to dominate in this game. Going to take his over 24.5 points as the play there. Let's go to the recap graphic. We're going to take the under. It's going to be 222.5 between the Dallas Mavericks and the Rockets. Nikola Jokic over 27.5 points going up against the Atlanta Hawks. And then Karl Anthony Towns over 24.5 points going up against the Utah Jazz. Guys, it's going to do it for the NBA picks and props for Wednesday, January 1st slate of games. So you guys enjoyed the content. Please share, drop against video, and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.